So every time I see him, I just think that, like,
This is how people can influence someone else's opinion while you've never been next to him. This is crazy, man. I don't know why you
yeah.
brought that up. Yeah, man. One of America's best lawyers is getting blown out by their own mistakes. What really happened, and why is Diddy's team, well, it looks like they're shutting cases left and right. Let's break it down. RJ.
Yes, they are. The fact that Tony Buzbee has been so public, so in public with the cases, right? He started it going in public, and then there was this whole back and forth between Jay-Z and him. So all eyes are on him, which means that if he makes mistakes like this, hey, all eyes are on him as well, and it can maybe multiply the negative effects that this mistake or these mistakes will have on his reputation. Guys, first and before we proceed, I want to thank you guys for being here with us. Thank you for your support. Whatever your thoughts are, remember to let it be known in the comments. The best comment will get a mention in a future show. Also, remember to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Hit the notification icon. Like the video, of course. And if you have people who you think who you think will like this video, we would really appreciate if you share the video with those people as well. But yeah, KR, I think that, I mean, we've covered him. We've also remember the comment we got about this lawyer saying that he smells.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, I'll go look in the show and I'll share it, because in the past,
No, I do remember. Come on, man. You're trying to think. We're trying to focus on Diddy. Now you're talking about.
I'm just saying, because every time I see him now, because there was someone who commented who apparently
Yes,
was an
it was.
attorney
I know.
or sat
No,
next to him.
Yeah, she
Sat
went
next
to
to
a
him
case
during a
and
case
sat
and
next
said
to
that he
him.
smells.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So every time I see him, I just think that, like,
This is how people can influence someone else's opinion while you've never been next to him. This is crazy, man. I don't know why you brought that up. What the heck?
But yeah.
Oh my god.
Go ahead. What do you have?
Let's go back to the start, man. Jay-Z's name was linked to the lawsuit claiming that he and Diddy were involved in the forceful penetration of a minor. It was a bombshell, huge case. But, as we all know, that case was dropped after a couple of weeks. What was clear is that case, or it seems like there was not enough proof and also a lot of contradicting stories to the whole case. Now, most people would have left it at that because Tony dropped that case. But Jay-Z has been fighting back. Instead of just celebrating this dismissal, he turned his legal team towards the man behind the lawsuit, Texas lawyer Tony Buzbee. Buzbee is the same guy who represented dozens of alleged victims against Diddy. But here's the crazy thing about this thing. As Mo already said, he's being accused of practicing law illegally in New York, which means that he has filed, according to all this, all the cases wrongfully in an illegal way. Diddy's team and Jay-Z's lawyers are both saying that Buzbee has been filing the lawsuits without proper license to practice in the state. This isn't just some technical mistake. This could actually shut down multiple cases against Diddy and put Buzbee in a serious legal trouble. RJ, we've been talking about that this is not the end. When the dismissal happened, one of the questions I had was that what is the next step by Jay-Z? Will he be suing? Will he try to get his leg back, because obviously you're coming up with cases that might seem frivolous, and maybe that can turn into a win for Diddy. It seems like now, first of all, Jay-Z filed a lawsuit. He has still a lawsuit going in LA where he's claiming defamation. He's claiming the 20 million, where he's also trying to say that he's losing he has lost income of 20 million a year. And here you have as well the courts in New York saying that everything that was filed was done illegally. Crazy but true. Roger.
I think, I mean, there's a lot of weight on Buzbee's shoulder. He's representing dozens of alleged victims. People are claiming to be victims. So if that's true, that means that the consequences would not only be limited to one person, but multiple people. Now, I think taking into account the importance of the case, the nature of the case, the importance of the cases, the nature of the cases, I think that to have this be declared, let's say, a mistrial or something to that extent, it would be crazy. And I think the best, and sometimes, let's keep this in mind as well, I'm not familiar with the US law, but sometimes, KaiR, what's being reported in the news and on IG is usually more sensationalized than how it really is, because maybe it's like a common thing that has like a simple solution to it. But if it does get too messy, I think the best thing for Buzbee to do is to withdraw from the cases and let another attorney take over the cases, and just take suffer the damage like that, like
take the L and keep it pushing.
Yeah, take the L, keep it pushing. Yeah,
the L is coming because don't forget, Jay-Z, of course, a billionaire, is claiming that Buzbee defamed him and also ruined his reputation. At all cost, he will try to at least get a couple of millions back, because he said that this bad press cost him a couple of millions, about 20 a year. Then you have Diddy, who was also claiming defamation, of course. But bigger than that is Diddy's attorneys commenting on this memo. Let me share my screen real quick, and you can read it, RJ.
Yeah. As soon as you show it, I'll read it. In that vein, Combs' attorneys go on to say in Tuesday's opposition memo the following. Buzbee's motion for admission pro hack vice should be denied because he... Pardon?
Pro hack vice.
Vice? Okay.
Yeah, that's what...
Pro hack vice. Pro hack vice should be denied because he has repeatedly shown that he is unwilling or unable to follow this district local rules, and because his application is deficient. For nearly 5 months, Buzbee has filed case after case in this district against defendants in the name of anonymous plaintiffs without seeking admission of any kind and without disclosing his lack of admission until raised by a court or adversary. He did not apply for admission to practice in this district until January 29, 2025. More than 6 weeks after his failure to do so was publicized in a letter filed by opposing counsel, 5 weeks after he represented to another judge in this district that he intended to apply for admission, which he only did after opposing counsel disclosed Buzbee's lack of admission, and 2 weeks after he represented to another judge in this district that his application was forthcoming. Even after Buzbee was expressly put on notice by the Committee of Grievances that making repeated submissions to courts in a district where he is not authorized to practice violates the local rules concept so fundamental to the practice of law it requires no forewarning, Buzbee took no corrective action. Instead, he continued making filings in this district without noting his lack of admission until this court required him to seek pro hac vice admission. If this court had not noticed that Buzbee was practicing without being admitted, there is every reason to believe that he would have continued to do so, because that is precisely what Buzbee is doing in more than 20 other cases pending in this district. Even after declaring in a February 2025 affidavit submitted to this court that his errors were inadvertent and he will make certain such conduct never occurs again, he has failed to seek admission pro hac vice in any other pending cases. This is a statement by, can you go up, by the opposing counsel, right?
Yep. There's one last.
Yeah. Okay. Paragraph.
Yeah.
He has signed multiple filings across 22 cases without permission to practice in this court. He failed in each instance to disclose that he had filed without being admitted. And he violated New York's rules of professional conduct by, among other things, repeatedly insisting that Mr. Combs is guilty of the criminal charges pending against him in this district, even though Buzbee has no good faith basis to believe the government will call any of his clients as a witness in that case. For these reasons, discussed in detail below, this court should deny Buzbee's pro hac vice application. Buzbee,
you wanna?
Buzbee's office did not respond to requests from Deadline for comment on Combs' latest filing. Hey man, KaiR.
Thank you.
I understand I understand what there's. Again, this is the opposing counsel, right? This is the same opposing counsel that said all of Diddy's cases has to be dropped because the one that involved Jay-Z was dropped.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah. So we need to be like, take it with a grain of salt. I'll just say that the way, and that's, I mean, for a judge as well, right? And I think the opposing counsel is doing a great job of pointing, of describing Buzbee as being someone that is basically, he basically doesn't care. If this
doesn't follow the rules, disregard of the rules.
Not only following the rules, he doesn't respect the courts.
Ooh.
Because if you read between the lines, that's what they're saying, right? You don't respect us here.
Multiple times he went in front.
Yeah, you don't respect us. Time and time again, you just do whatever you do. There are rules. You don't apply. You don't follow the rules. You say that you will, but you won't. And every time it's only when we say something that you say something, and so you don't respect us. And KaiR, one thing that you need to have in court, one of like fundamental thing that needs to be present in court is respect. You need to respect the judge and the court, because the judge and the court represent something much bigger, much more important, which is the judicial system. The judicial system is 1/3 of the so-called trias politica. So you have the judicial, you have the executive branch, the judicial branch, and you have the, what is the parliament branch? It's not called the parliament branch. But in any case, the judicial branch is like, it's a cornerstone of democracy.